Trostani Discordant versus Nissa the Blade Blossom, and our hand is pretty good. We can get down a turn 3 Hero of Blade Hold if we want to. And Celestia Charm, I can't see us doing anything other than throwing out a Night token with it, so yeah, well, we'll keep hold of it anyway, because we have turn 2 Farseek into turn 3 Hero of Blade Hold. And then Hero of Blade Hold can swing in after we've gotten down our Trostani Discordant, so we've got the next few turns lined up. Amulet of Vigour is a nice thing to get into if you have a lot of tap lands. We'll just go with our Plant of Farseek and we'll get down our Cycle land, which I can never remember the name of. Scattered Groves. Always comes in tap, so we'll get that down. And we're up for a turn 3 Hero of Blade Hold, like I said. Trostani Discordant is 5 mana. In white and green, Celestia, for a 1/4, other creatures you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own, and whenever it enters, you create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. And they do of course enter as 2/2s, thanks to Trostani's built-in Anthem effect. Hopefully we'll keep Hero of Blade Hold around. Hero of Blade Hold is a 3/4 for 4 mana, and whenever it attacks you get 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. They enter tapped and attacking, but she also has Battle Cry to give everything +1 to its power. And Azusa didn't get down a bunch more lands, which is lucky for us. So why don't we just go into our commander here. And the soldiers that enter will be even more powerful, thanks to our commander. And then we have to make sure to hit the triggers in the right order. You want the Battle Cry trigger to resolve last, which means you click it first. Difficult thing to get your head around, but once you get the gist of how to stack things properly, you're okay. Nissa the Blade Blossom is a 3/2 for 3 mana, human warrior. Whenever a warrior attacks, you can have its controller put a 1/1 white warrior creature token tapped and attacking onto the field, and then for Wooburg, untap all attacking creatures. They gain trample, lifelink and haste until the end of turn, and after this phase there's an additional combat phase. And no reason not to play Garruk, I don't think. We'll probably just, I think we'll just throw out a beast. We don't need to untap any lands, we have enough mana for the Celestia Charm. And it will come in as a 4/4 beast. Good blocker for Nissa. Now what we can do is offer up a trade. We'll go in with Trostani, and they can double block if they want to. But that just means that we're getting down Trostani again next turn. We will probably have cast Celestia Charm by next turn for the Night token, because they might deal with the Beast token to try and get Nissa damage through. And failing that, we'll just grab a tap land with the Windswept Heath. Not sure if our opponent has to block here, actually. That's 6, 12, 18. Yeah. Actually, I didn't realise we were so close to a victory there. So we got a fast game on our opponent there. Yeah, a board wipe there, and we wouldn't have been anywhere near as well off. So I think there was a bit of luck and a bit of bad luck on our opponent's part there. So if you see this, it's going to be stitched onto another video just to show you the type of thing that you'd like to do with Trostani. But obviously we don't have anything against a board wipe in hand here. So good game to our opponent. I think they were unlucky and we were a bit lucky in our draws. So hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video that you are surely about to see. Nissa, Vastwood Seer versus Rosheen, Meanderer. We will keep that hand because we can get down a turn to Nissa and then get into Yavimaya Elder, or probably Bramble Sovereign actually from there. And then, yeah, if we have Bramble Sovereign on the field, we can get a couple of copies of Yavimaya Elder and get into even more lands. And then probably look for a Nissa Vital Force from there. Meanderer. I was being stupid saying Meanderer. It's Meanderer. Yeah, just a turn 1 forest. Our opponent's got down a Magus of the Candelabra, which can be abused to great effect if they get lots of lands out later on. Yeah, Rosheen Meanderer, or Meanderer if you want to be an idiot, is a 4 mana 4/4. You can tap and add 4 colourless mana. You can only spend that on costs that contain X, one of which is the Magus of the Candelabra. We'll go for our commander, and I wouldn't mind going for a duplicate with the Fierce Empath, and that will go straight at the Candelabra. And yeah, we'll just discard the land that we just searched for. Thins out our library by 0.053%. Getting into lots of mana. I think we might have to Fierce Empath sooner than I would have liked to. Okay. Well, we can then... I think we need to slow them down, which means we unravel the ether. Hopefully get that chunk of lands off the top of their library. Nope, they get into even more lands. And it's unfortunate that we're already having to slow the game down a little bit. They are down to 3 cards in hand, and if we can... of course they just get straight into Sol Ring. This is going to be one of those games, isn't it? I think if we go for Fierce Empath, and then hopefully rip into another land, that'll be 2, 4, 5. If we get into another land, we'll be able to Fierce Empath and then go for duplicate next turn. We do get into that. So that's... yeah, I think we just have to do that. We'll go for Fierce Empath into duplicate. I think that's the best line of play. Yeah, duplicate, and we'll be able to get rid of this Magus next turn. And that's not to say that Rosheen Meanderer just stops being a threat. They can still get into things like this. Rolling Earthquake deals X damage to each creature without horsemanship and to each player. So it looks like they're trying to ramp into massive things like Green Sun Zenith and Genesis Wave, Rolling Earthquake, things like that. And if they get something like a Nykthos here, they are going to shuffle the Rolling Earthquake away, but of course they get into even more lands off the top. I wonder how many lands this deck runs, because they're getting a lot of luck off the Oracle of Muldiah here. And they get straight back into the Sol Ring that was on top before. You know those games where everything goes right for your opponent? Okay, they get into a massive Astral Cornucopia. Well, not massive Astral Cornucopia, but they put a lot of mana into that. That's 9 mana to make that come in with 3 counters. So getting rid of this Magus of the Candelabra makes me feel better. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that thing, to be honest. If we go for... Yeah, we'll just stick with the plan and go straight into duplicate. The good thing about them doing all this is that they have emptied their hand. If we get another land into play, then we'll be flipping Nissa. And we can always get a land off the Green Sun Zenith. I think we have Dryad Arbor in this deck. For those of you who don't know, if you just pay green and 0 for Green Sun Zenith, you can get a land called Dryad Arbor, which is a creature. And that will be a land drop for next turn. They must have something huge in their hand. They might be in top deck mode now. If they just play more ramp, and they'll be in top deck mode and they'll just... What is that? Oh, they're dealing X damage to us and then they can flash that back next turn. Yeah, looks like we're pretty convincingly done with here. What could we go for? I don't think there's anything we can do. Oh, we could. Do we have Scavenging Ooze in the deck? Well, we're about to find out. We do. Get down Scavenging Ooze and get rid of that flashback spell. Try and buy ourselves a little bit of time. And this thing does not have flying, so we'll have to hold back. Yeah, we'll have to hold back and hope that we don't see anything too troublesome next turn. That is Walk the Raid Mother, 6 mana. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you create some goblin tokens, and then each red or green instant or sorcery you cast has Conspire, which basically makes things cheaper. So we'll draw into that, and then of course rip into a bunch more lands. Bane of Progress won't do anything for them. I think we'll get rid of their lands just in case. Yeah, if they... I think we will just block like that. Just chump blocking, trying to save ourselves some damage here. I think the Thopters that come in after this, aren't they? Yep, so that will give them flying. Then Walk the Raid Mother comes in. We'll get rid of some lands just in case they get into Crucible of Worlds or Ramanap, something like that. Alright, we will flip Nissa if we do this. So we need to plan out what we're doing. 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I think we have to do it. Oh, I thought we were on. It's obviously mana that I'm counting there. We do not flip Nissa. We're 1 land off still. 7 mana, but 6 lands. We can go into Acidic Slime. And then leave it at that. They might be able to just go wide on us. They have Nissa's Pilgrimage, so they don't have another burn spell for us. We'll just kill their commander and they can recast it if they want to. Okay, we get into our Prowling Serpapard. I think we just have to try and get down the Steel Hellkite. We're fighting a losing battle currently because our opponent was so fast. If we can manage to get rid of those tokens, it will make things easier for us. Not sure what the CMC of this thing is. It might be 0. I think the CMC of that is 0. So if we pay 0 off the Hellkite, we'll kill the Hangerback Walker. And then they'll get some Thopters. And they'll be able to swing in the air. So we're in a difficult situation. Looks like that's the plan they're going for. Reveal the top X cards of your library. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your hand. The rest on the bottom. So that's a way of refilling their hand. Yeah, and they're going for the Thopter plan. So I don't see what we can do here. We'll get rid of the Hangerback Walker from the graveyard to gain a life. And we'll flip Nissa and see if we can draw into anything. Apparently we can't. So we'll just play those out and pass the turn. Have to imagine our opponent can go wide on us and deal lethal damage. If we block 1, 2, and 3, and then that's 2, 4, 5, that's 9. Yeah, they've got us here. Not going to let them dirtle around. That's what people tend to love doing on Magic Online for some reason. Don't know what they think we're going to do with an untapped Ancient Tomb. But yeah, that's a good game to our opponent. That was not Wart the Raid Mother, that was Rosheen Meanderer. Or Meanderer. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. That was Nissa Vastwood Seer. And we've been well and truly outraced. I'll see you in the next one.